welcome you on this 10th day of the this 21-day FDP, jointly organized by NADCL Baramulla and Atari Zone 8 Pune. So once again, I welcome you all and very good morning to you all. So today we have with us speaker Dr. Milind Joshi, who will be delivering his talk on beekeeping for agricultural sustainability and livelihood. I will recite his brief biodata. He has completed his doctoral studies, and currently he is working as subject matter specialist, plant protection at Agricultural Development Trusts, Krishi Vignan Kendra Baramati, Pune, Maharashtra. To his credit, he has 8 different various state and national level awards in the contribution of the field of entomology, to which it has been recognized by different institutes. And also he has visited 6 countries, namely the Netherlands, Turkey, Belgium, France, Spain, and Indonesia for research and exposure purpose. Also, he was the principal investigator for the ICR funded project on All India Coordinated Research Project on honeybee and pollinators for Maharashtra state. And also he was a PI for different projects for the government through the DBT, Department of DBT. And also he has handled other projects of the governments also and the private agencies also. So he is also the editorial member of the various journals and magazines, and he has, to his credit, 35 research papers in the international and national referred journals, particularly in the economic entomology. And for the farming community, he is continuously associated with the farming community and the betterment of them. And also he has published 50 popular articles and delivered 30 radio talks for the farming community. So we have with this eminent speaker who has vast experience on the beekeeping, and we are very fortunate to have him. So I once again warmly welcome the speaker and the participants. And please, sir, the floor is yours. You can start now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Am I audible, sir, properly?
Please.
Thank you, sir. So firstly, I am thankful to the organizers of this particular training program, the NADCL and ICR Atari Pune. Especially thanks to our director and Dr. Syed sir also to giving me the opportunity to deliver the lecture here. Friends, beekeeping is a traditional entrepreneurship program, but nowadays, by we can say 2017-18, after the organization of, we can say, the implementation of the scheme of National Beekeeping and Honey Mission by our Honorable PM Sir, there is a great demand for the entrepreneurship aspects related to bee, honey, like startups and FPOs and SHGs, and also for the export potential after the post-pandemic corona area. So I will be just giving the idea about the beekeeping activities for both the agricultural sustainability through pollination support and how it will be beneficial to have the entrepreneurship and livelihood support in the rural areas. So as per the sentences or the given by Albert Einstein, sir, if the bees disappears from the surface of the earth, man would have no more than 4 years to live. No more bees, no more pollination, and no more men, because almost 60 to 70% of the food that is being consumed by human or to the dairy animals is being pollinated by the bees or the pollinators. So that is much more important to have the proper conservation of the natural bees and pollinators by the human being. So what is the status of beekeeping in India and what kind of scope we have? We have about 14 lakh colonies all over the country, and that is being maintained by about 2.5 lakh beekeepers. That is the data of last before 5 years. But now, after the NBHM, the enrollment of the beekeepers and particular activities related to bee colonies has been increased. The particular beekeeping section is giving the employment to about 1.5 to 2 lakh persons, directly or indirectly, we can say. The annual honey production is about 52,000 tons, and it is from almost 50% is from the domesticated, and about 50% is from wild flora. There are various species for beekeeping, but commercially for domestication, we have Apis cerana indica and Apis mellifera. The average yield of honey is about 20 kg per hive per month or per year, we can say. The export value of honey is approximately 250 crores, and the major markets we have are the Germany, USA, UK, Japan, France, Italy, and Spain. So the economic ranking of beekeeping, as per the entrepreneurship in the world level, if we think, so we have the beekeeping on the third part. Dairy is the first one preferred, piggery is the second one, and beekeeping is the third one, as there is not much more involvement of human resources, no much more land requirement, no much more of the higher quality education levels or the investments. So beekeeping can boost the national economy in two ways: pollination support for agricultural sustainability, that can increase the yield of the crop by 30% to 3000%, depending on the crop, depending on the climatic condition and the area. And again, the employment generation through the beekeeping and the various byproducts like honey, wax, venom, and propolis. So we will go one by one. The agricultural sustainability. We know that pollination is the important process in the fruit formation and other things. There are two types of pollination, self and cross. I will not go in detail, but for cross pollination, there is a much need of a particular agent, maybe wind, water, insects, pollinators, or mainly the honeybees. So, the importance of pollination: some fruit trees may carry thousands of flowers, but unless there is a proper pollination, only little will be produced. To get the good yields, there is a proper emphasis to use the pollination along with the different materials like fertilizers, insecticides, and irrigation, etc. Pollination is totally ignored by the farmers due to lack of knowledge and awareness. Crop production can be increased by 25 to 40% generally by pollination support through beehive in the field. So honeybee and the pollinators are benefiting the Indian agriculture. More than half, we can say more than 50% of the crops are dependent on the bee pollination, and due to the lack, we can face great yield loss in the particular crops. The economic value of the bee pollinated crops is about 4,10,000 crores if we contribute to the national economy. So there are various pollinators in the biodiversity or the environment like birds, bats, wind, water, animals, insects. And in these insects, particularly pollinators, small bees are the major one. Insects play a vital role in the pollination of many plants, including most of the cultivated plants. This fact is not known by most of the farmers, and specifically, some of the farming community knows about the bees, but the various wasp or the another bee species are not identified, or they are not aware, and they just think that this is particular the pest and they will just destroy it. In nature, wild insects do the pollination generally, but due to the utilization of insecticide, pesticides, we are facing the problem of loss of the natural colonies of the bees. Now the situation is that we must use the honeybees for pollinating the crops to get the proper yield and to feed the 150 crores population. So why honeybees? There are various pollinators, but why we are going for honeybees? So this one is the most important, and we can say the dominant natural pollinator. Plant and honeybees are symbiotically related. On the last pair of legs, on the, we can say, hind legs, they are having the pollen sac that will collect the pollens and nectars. Plants supply the nectar and pollen to the particular bees while they are foraging, and while bees help in pollination. So that is vice versa relation. It is a social insect, can be domesticated, can be nurtured, and also as per our need, we can transfer it from one place to another. So uh, that is a particular phenomenon that is mostly adopted for the entrepreneurship aspects. And also we can have the multiplication process by bee grafting or bee divisions likewise. So we can have a look on the last pair of legs is having the pollen sac and how the pollens are collected by the honeybees. Also, the hairy nature of the honeybee collects more pollens as compared to the other particular pollinators. So if we consider to the some of the crops, in radish about 22 to 100% yield increase is there. In cabbage about 300%. Carrot is having about 135%. In brinjal 67%. Cauliflower about 1400%. In onion seed we can have about 9800%. Likewise, in various major commercial crops we have a good percentage of yield increase by honeybee pollination support. In sunflower also, in safflower also, in northern parts we have the apple, cherries, and other parts like in lychee we have about 10,000% yield increase. So in cereals and millets we have a good support by up to 42% of yield increase by the bees pollination. In oilseeds also, as we are working on oilseed mission, or we can say the pulses mission, so there is a great demand of honeybee for pollination support to get maximum yield in the oilseeds and we can say the pulses, mustard, sunflower, safflower. We have about 100% yield increase. In various fruits also we can get the good yield by the bee pollination, and it gives a good entrepreneurship aspects, like in kharif season in Maharashtra or the related states the particular cropping season is another, and then the particular beekeeper will move to Rajasthan and then to the upper part to have the pollination support to apples, cherries, and other crops. Not only for the pollination support, but it will also make the availability of survival of the bees with the natural flora, rather than feeding with the sugar feed or the molasses or other natural will be good for the bee population. So pomegranate study that we have conducted, I have shown you here. Pomegranate is the major commercial crop and exportable commodity of India, and that is having the cross pollination. Both the male and female flowers are different, and uh, the particular crop needs the pollination support through various pollinator or the agents. Bees are the major one, and in this particular crop we have got the good fruit setting of the pollination through the pollination by bees, and have got the good quantitative and qualitative parameters and the uniform size. So in vegetables we have good yield here. Here we can see the various species. Now we have got the awareness about the particular crops in where the bee pollination will be giving more yield, but what are the particular pollinating species that are useful or that are available in the natural habitat. So Apis cerana indica, that is the Indian bee. Apis dorsata, this is the wild bee, and generally the farmer or the, we can say the human being are afraid about this particular species. This one is bigger in size and stings are very poisonous. So the mainly in newspaper or videos or social media we see the facts that bee attack this kind of person or the animals. So this one is the responsible agent. Apis florea is there, and Apis mellifera, the European bee, that is one the domesticated. So we are having a good support from these all four agents in our natural habitat. Sorry, sir, it's not moving. Just a minute. Okay, is it okay, sir? So, pollination impact on onion seed production by bees. Here we can have a look that three various species are pollinating the onion seed. And in the last one, we can see that there is good seed production by pollination by honeybees. So we know about the pollination support through bees and the yield increase, but what are the livelihood support activities by bees? This is another part, and that is much more needed. Why? So honeybees provide a wide range of benefits to humans, from honey other than bee products, pollination of food crops, and ecological services. Beekeeping is practiced around the world and can provide a valuable source of income to people in developing the regions with relatively little investments as compared to other businesses. So we can get honey that will help to have a trading business and also the export to other countries. We will get the royal jelly, which is having the cost of about 80,000 rupees per kg in the market. We will get the pollen that is now being used by the we can say the commercial partners or in the medicinal properties. We will get the bee wax that will be used in the industrial companies for shoes and other wax making industries. Bee venom, nowadays there is a concept of apitherapy, mostly adopted by the people of age about 50 to 60 years. And we will also get the propolis that is used in the production of oils and ointments. So there are various products, we will see just one by one. So honey, we know honey only because as per our selfish nature of the human beings, we are just harvesting honey, but we are destroying the colony. So honeybees collect the nectar or sweet juice from the flowers or any part of the plants, transform it into honey, and store it in wax cells of the comb, the honeycomb, for ripening in term as honey. So honey is white, that is being taken by eucalyptus or cotton crops. Light yellow or golden color, we have sunflower, mustard or lychee. Amber color honey is from berseem or sandalwood. Dark amber is from jamun, tamarind, ajwain. Dark honey is from generally the shisam and neem, and light yellowish honey is from the extra floral or rubber. There are various types of honey available in the market, but people don't know about the particular quality, taste, or what is this kind of unifloral or multifloral. So these are the things that are to be avoided while consuming the honey. So if we go for the particular composition of honey, water, fructose, glucose, and other parts are there. In market, not in Indian conditions right now, but in the European countries, we have various value-added products like honey chocolate, fruit salad, lemon, honey biscuits, cake, cookies, and ice cream. And various infused products are there like ginger infused honey, garlic honey, tulsi honey, haldi honey, clove honey. Later to the post-corona era, particular honey consumption by Indian peoples is increasing day by day. That must be increased because the resistance will be there. So here is the data for export of natural honey from India and Maharashtra. There is a great scope that we will get for honey export. So the next product, value-added product is wax. Wax is generally used in soap making, candle making, metal casting, cosmetics, printing, varnish, medicines, food processing, industrial technologies, and textiles. So like honey wax will support the SAGs, self-help groups in the particular village or rural area to have the industry of candle making. Honeybee product next is the pollen one. From Apis cerana, we will get 20 to 40 gram of honey per day, while Apis cerana will give about 100 gram per day as the working ability is more. So bee pollen market is dominated by pharmaceutical industry. Mostly it is used in medicines, and the bee pollen average rate in Indian market is about 4,000 rupees per kg, depending on the pollen from specific plants. If it's a mixed one, so it will get about 1,000 rupees per kg. And nowadays, instead of cashew or almonds on the table, most of the corporate leaders are having bee pollen on their office tables, such that they will just consume one or two or three. Pollen is used as a human food because pollen is an excellent nutritional supplement. It contains various nutrients like amino acids and minerals and vitamins. So It is generally used in the cancer in animals, colds, acne, male sterility, anemia, high blood pressure, nervous and endocrine disorders, while the improvements like athletic, digestive, rejuvenation is possible by the pollen. So these kind of pollens are available in mostly US markets and other countries. Pollen with honey, pollen tablets, pollen capsules are nowadays coming in the market. Most of the entrepreneurs that are coming in Indian, in case of startups, are having these kind of products, such that the level of thinking by the middle class and the upper class will have a great scope for their startup products. Wax is there, about 300 to 400, 500 per kg of wax is average. This one is propolis. Propolis is the mixture of various amount of bee wax and resins collected by the bees from plants, and generally it is having resins, waxes, essential oils, and some kind of proteins, and it is generally used for oil making. Raw propolis is used for liquid extracts, chewable tablets. Propolis capsules are there. It has the antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral activity. The propolis market is estimated to expand by 2030. And in India, average rate of propolis is about 7,000 rupees per kg. And propolis production is about 30 to 40 gram per colony per year. This one is the best and the most expensive product of honeybee, the royal jelly that is being feeded to the particular queen bee of the colony, specifically for the next production and their colony maintenance. It is containing about water, proteins, sugar, lipids, vitamins, and other components. Royal jelly is secreted by the hypopharyngeal glands of particular young workers, and the average rate is about 50,000 to 80,000 per kg. If well damaged, if we manage the beehive very well, so about 5 to 6 months we can get about 50 to 60 gram of royal jelly. Royal jelly will give you a 10 years back of age. So royal jelly is used in mostly the medicinal activities, tonic, stimulants, general health improvements, increases the appetite and resistance to diseases. It is mostly used for skin purpose or beauty parlor. Royal jelly is available in the market in the form of capsules, cream, lotion, and also with the pollen. Epitherapy or bee sting or the venom, this kind of product is now available in the market, but mostly bee stings are directly given by the beekeepers or the epitherapy doctors, so that about 200 rupees they are charging to kill one bee. When one worker bee will be killed after the stinging to the particular person, but he will get about 200 rupees. So what is the scope of beekeeping in India? We have about 160 million hectares of the cropping area. About 55 million hectare needs the pollination by pollinators. And besides, we have various and large scale of forests, pastures, wastelands, and non-cultivable lands, where the bees can have foraging and they can get the nectar, pollen from various crop diversity of that particular area. We have about 750 species of bee flora in Indian condition. Out of that, 13 to 14 are major, but only 2 will be domesticated. So this is the traditional beekeeping that is being generally done in northeastern parts, or we can say the in tribal areas. The peoples are doing these kind of activities. What is the present scenario of beekeeping? We are generally having a single chamber bee colony. Super hive we are not having, as there is no much more honey production in the hot climate area. Honey is extracted from the brood chamber. So this is the standard we have for Apis mellifera, that upper cover is there, inner cover is there, super chamber, brood chamber, and the bottom board. These are the parts of the beehives for general identification. There are various types of supers related to commercial honey production from Apis mellifera. These are the particular beehive parts. To start the beekeeping, there is a specific need of proper identification of the location where you will be keeping the beehives. The particular area or the location must provide sufficient space between two beehives. That should also be provided with the stands. Entrance of the beehive should be to the east, because As the sun rises, the first kiran will start the activity of the bees. It should provide the shade during the hot season, and also there should be the sufficient flora in the vicinity or the area of about 5 kilometer radius. So, as I told you, after the implementation of the scheme National Beekeeping and Honey Mission by Honorable Modi Sahab, there is also the part of Madhukranti portal, that is Sweet Revolution, and in this, under the National Bee Board, the beekeepers or the organization that are working for bees are being enrolled. So why beekeeping? To have the entrepreneurship and agricultural sustainability, but to enhance the productivity of the agricultural and horticultural crops, to increase the income of the farmers, to generate the additional employment. I will add one point that to increase the income of the farmers is in two ways. Like in fruit crops, while particular farmer is keeping the beehive for pollination support, he must be given the training for IPM components such that particular sprayings, number of sprayings will be reduced after the adoption of IPM components. So the yield will be increased by the pollination by bees also, and the cost of production will be reduced such that the net profit will increase his income. It will add the additional employment to the rural youth by beekeeping activities, transport to the another area, and other things. Bees help in cross pollination, thus they increase the productivity of the crop. Proper utilization of natural resources is possible in beekeeping. Unemployed youth can start this business with minimum funds. Only the beehive purchase is the initial requirement. No land requirement or no particular educational status. There are various products from the single component as we just have seen. Net income from about 100 bee colonies is around 1.70 lakhs per annum. So it helps in the rural development, promotes the small village industries and activities related to rural women, men, children, and even physically handicapped and old persons. How employment generation is possible? So India, though we are agriculture based economic country and having major population in agriculture, we are facing a lot of challenges related to entrepreneurship in current scenario. Also there is increasing population, lack of opportunities for the job and other things. Also day by day the land holding is going by dividation. So the cost of inputs is increased with lower yields though by investments. So therefore, employment generation through beekeeping with the use of natural resources is more possible. So this is just an example. Unemployed youth can start this business with minimum funds. The income from beehives, 100 beehives is around 2 lakh per annum with all expenses went out. And export of honey is possible if they will work in community or organization. So the cost like beekeeping equipments, cost of colony, recurring cost like feeding and other things, net expenses and cost of products. So he will get about 150 to 2 lakh rupees per annum approximately. Why we have opportunities in beekeeper entrepreneurship? Because the hive carpentry is the part where the rural youth or the sutar will work. Production and sale of honey bee colonies is there, while honey sale will be taken care by the graduates or 12 pass, and honey colonies will be handled by the 10th or degree diploma holders. Beehives can also be given on rent for pollination support, that can be done by the farmers also. Honey trading is there, that will be the upper commercial aspect. Bee based micro enterprises like hive carpentry, candle making, other things are there. The economic returns from this venture are quite high than the investment required. So what we can do? We can do awareness in the farming community, in the rural people, in the urban people, government officials through trainings, because this is the thing that is much more needed. By government of India, honeybee is declared as the fifth important agricultural input for more yields. So the awareness is the major thing that should be done in each of the particular end user. Awareness through skill trainings. Skill training will identify particular future entrepreneurship aspects in the rural youth, and we can have a good support to him or her by various government schemes. So not only the awareness about beekeeping activities is important, but also the IPM, the safer use of pesticides or the plant production products is important to have the conservation of natural colonies. Some of the activities to promote to motivate the farmers is important. So we are celebrating the World Honeybee Day each year on 20th of May, such that we will give awards to particular farmers or the beekeepers who will motivate to another farmers. So actually we have requested Honorable Modi Saab and Honorable Vice President to declare honeybee as national insect of India, such that the conservation strategies for the bees will be developed. Nowadays, the traditional method of honey hunting is destroying the natural colonies in the wild areas by the tribals or other peoples. So, just to have the conservation, we need to give the status. As there is the AICRP project of All India Coordinated Research Project on honeybee and pollinators. So KVK Baramati is working from Maharashtra, and specifically we are working under tribal parts of Nandurbar and other districts. So these kind of activities. In tribal parts, this is the best entrepreneurship because they are having a lot of forest areas and natural colonies are there. So they can just be trained for the proper scientific method of honey harvesting, and we can support them the second stage. So that was being given by National Bee Board, that the fifth important beekeeping element. So these are the activities of KVK Baramati and parts. So just we have talked about beekeeping, various activities, the entrepreneurship aspects, but these are the organization working for beekeeping in India. National Bee Board is a major agency under which you can have the trainings for the rural youth, farmer, woman, or you can also organize the seminars, also organize the exposure visits. National Horticulture Board is there, which is providing the beehives to particular farmers, and also Khadi and Village Industries Commission is working for this. Central Bee Research and Training Institute, which is situated in Pune, is the oldest one and the renowned center for bees. AICRP project under ICR is for specifically for bees. Various agricultural universities, KVKs, and some of the NGOs are working for beekeeping. So these are the schemes that can benefit the entrepreneur, that can benefit the rural youth, SHGs, APOs, or the particular person who wish to start the business. The National Beekeeping and Honey Mission, there are about three major components: Mini Mission 1, Mini Mission 2, and Mini Mission 3. Depending on the activity, you can have the choice there. PMEGP is there and CMEGP is there. Rural Employment Generation Scheme is there. Spurti project is there under MSME. RKVY is there, and PMFME is specifically giving up to 35% or maximum 10 lakh to the entrepreneur. So these kind of activities or the schemes can be given to the entrepreneur. As a KVK or the extension scientist, we are just supporting the particular entrepreneur after identification, and the convergence is very much important to have these things join, so that the impact will be good, because this is the thing which is most neglected, most important but most neglected, but is very valuable, and the person who will get involved nowadays will have a great scope there. So what kind of future aspects are there for bee related activities? So research on bee health and pesticide poisoning. Nowadays we are aware about the health of the human consumption, pesticide residues, but the pesticide residues not only killing to bees, while some of the pesticides sprayed earlier are also taken along with the pollens to the beehive, then that will come to the honey after harvesting, and that also will come to the consumption purpose. So lastly, there was a news that about 18 companies were banned while the pesticide residues were found in their honey products. So work on honey and other byproducts is important. Proper networking of the beekeeper, farmer, and scientist is very important, because beekeeper is keeping the beehives for the survival or the flora or the pollination support. Farmer is not aware. If it is not being seen by him, the beekeeper has kept it about 100 feet other side to the my field. So I will use the spray. Specifically, the neonicotinoids are very harmful. So this is the balancing or the platform should be maintained. Now also the quality aspects of honey and other products are getting importance as export is increasing day by day, and consumption level. Immunity booster is the main part of the honey. So right from our earlier part, we can say the younger age, we need to have the honey consumption. Honey is generally consumed by Indian peoples in two ways. After the birth, honey is the finger is just feeded, and later on, if my tummy is much more, so doctor is advising me to have honey with warm water, then only. But in European countries, the people are consuming about 5 to 10 gram of honey daily for their immunity aspect. So these kind of things that I thought that important to give a particular awareness thing. Now government of India has also made it mandatory for the tribal peoples or the police forces and reserve police forces in the forest areas to give training to the particular rural youth in that area, such that they can also have the monitoring there and they will get a good idea. So this was up to me. I thought, I think that this was a good interaction with you, and I'm thankful to the organizers to giving me this opportunity. Sir. Sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm done, sir.
Okay, okay. Sir, participants, Ramchandra Ramteke and Raviraj Suryanshi, you have raised the hands. So please unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
Sir, good morning, sir. Very nice lecture delivered by the sir. And it's really appreciating, information about the honeys in the day-to-day's, health practices. So, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, I would like to ask one question. It's out of curiosity. So, how much honey needs to be consumed daily for, the toddler or, young ones, for
Sir,
just for the
actually,
preventive purpose? Whether it needs to be given as it or it should be mixed in the water and then we can have it.
Sir, in our traditional parts, the medicine was also being given with honey. Now also we are having the medicines with honey. But as per the consumption, about 50 to 80 gram of honey must be consumed annually. But there is no upper level to consume the honey. Daily you can have 1 teaspoon of honey along with warm water or just along with the bread. No issues. You can just take it alone also.
Yes, but nowadays the most important things we are buying the honey from the Ramdev Baba and all this shop. Is there any chances of adulteration in the honey bottle, sir?
Almost there is adulteration, sir. Therefore,
Yeah.
there was ban on 18 companies' products. The particular quality aspects are very important. Nowadays, in the market, there is so much honey. Such kind of bees are not available in Indian conditions. So you just buy the honey from the proper known sources. Like if you have a friend in village area or the forest area, or
Right, sir. Right, sir.
you
Yes,
can
sir.
have my number. We are working under 10,000 FPO scheme. We have 3 honey FPOs in Maharashtra, in Nasik,
Okay,
in
sir.
Satara, in Gadchiroli. I have to give them the business support. So if one of you is needed to have large scale of honey, I can give you the good quality honey.
Okay, sir. Please share your number on the group, sir, so I can contact you later,
Just
sir.
a minute, sir. This is my number, sir. 9975932717. This is also on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, in chat box, sir has provided his cell number also. Any other question?
Sir, there is one question from Sachin Audaria. How much open land is needed to manage 100 bee colonies? Actually, 100 bee colonies, bee population is too much. There is not a specification of land, but the flora should be abundant. We can say the pollen and nectar sources not a single, but the various biodiversity of crops should be there.
Okay. Another is there from chat box. Sir,
Mahesh,
if you,
Ane,
Mahesh Ballal,
Ms. Balala sir has asked about which honey is best. Sir, the particular honey that is from known sources. Actually, there are two types of honey, but mostly we don't know. Unifloral and multifloral. Multifloral is having the mixed pollen and nectar sources, but unifloral is generally demanded by the diabetic patients or for medicinal purposes. That is having the more prices to that unifloral honey. Generally in market we are having multifloral honey. You just or dilutes in water easily. The good quality honey is having good gravity that will not dissolve in water easily. Sir, please share any plant cropping system for honeybees to fulfill their year-round flower demand at a single farm. Generally, I will suggest the cropping pattern will be like millets. For millets, you should have to try for maize and sorghum in the Rabi season. Later on, you must have to plant onion seed production that will take up to March. Later, on the buds, you should have to plant the forest crops with flowering, and also the drumstick. Drumstick is having the flowering up to 6 months. So in parts that should be planted, or the cropping should be likewise. It depends on how much beehives you want to keep. I have not covered the pest and diseases or other parts. I just have taken it as a awareness thing because it will take too much time. Diabetics patients can consume honey. If the honey is not adulterated, it may be consumed, but generally doctors are advising not to consume honey directly because sucrose percentage will be increased. Is honey freezed in the freezing temperature? No. If it is a proper honey, it will not get freeze, but the crystallization of honey occurs in some of the honey samples. So it is not an adulterated honey. How to avoid swarming of Apis mellifera just to maintain the flora, sir? Apis mellifera, also the Apis cerana indica, will fly away if the floral source is too much far. They will not go and come. They will avoid the up down for the food. They will just settle down there. So we have to make the availability, or you just have to shift the beehives in that particular sources. In tomato crop, you can use, sir, Mahesh Balala sir, you can use that in tomato, but tomato is very sensitive to pest and diseases, and almost maximum pesticide and fungicides are used. So you have to take care of that. You are not able to maintain the beehive in tomato, brinjal, or okra, or the vegetable crops. Which honey is best for consumption? Just to take it from the local known resource person, and if you are taking it from market, so just take the quality test initially, just I have told you. Nowadays, beekeeping activities are also being promoted by NBHM in each state. Each of the collector office, or we can say the KVKs are there. So they are working with SHGs or beekeepers. So you can contact to your KVKs, the nearby KVKs also, because it is mandatory by the government to work for KVK as the entrepreneurship development. So beekeeping, sericulture, vermicomposting, these are activity along with the dairy, poultry, sheep, goat are there. So you can get the idea of local vendor from KVKs also.
Sir, one question from my side. Sir, out of curiosity, how this sting venom therapy works?
Sir, bee therapy is generally done to particular persons with having the joint pains or other things. They are taking the medicines, but not the good results. So apitherapy that is being practiced in the urban parts nowadays. Once in a month they are having the sting from bees, and they will get the good relief after about 5 months, because the joint pain relief ointments or the medicines available in the market are having good results, no doubt, but they will take too much time. But directly from the bees stinging, we are getting the good results.
One more question in chat box. Honey quality natural or mixed with other, or any method can be done at home?
That just I have told, sir. You just insert your finger or a teaspoon, just pick it up. Once the drop is directly going without any sting, so it is a mixed one. If it makes a sting, a तार, एक तार बनता है उसका, एक डोरी जैसा, तो वो proper है. Otherwise, you just make in water. If it is easily diluting, so it is mixed honey. Sugar syrup is generally used to mix with honey adulteration.
I think there are no more questions. If any questions are there, they can raise hand or unmute themselves and can ask the questions. Participants.
I request all the participants to please get benefit from National Beekeeping and Honey Mission. There are various fundings available, and almost other peoples, not in the extension system, other peoples are approaching to National Bee Board or other agencies. So proper technical that we are needed to approach there for training for the honey processing plants. Other components are also there. So you can have good activities related to beekeeping in your area.